Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Music on the Underground podcast, where I talk to musicians from all across Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Make sure to check out all the artists I have on the podcast, listen to their music, follow them on all their social media platforms, show them some love. And yeah, let's get into this episode. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Music on the Underground podcast, where I interview artists from all over Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And today for this episode, probably the biggest name I've had on the podcast up until now. Here is fanclubwallet. Welcome.
Hello.
Well, one of you guys.
Yeah.
One thing I did want to ask actually before I started asking questions as well is this more of like a solo project? Because you did mention before the interview that your other bandmates are in their own own project.
Yeah. So everybody kind of has actually everybody in the band has their own project aside from fanclubwallet. And it started as a solo project, but eventually became sort of like I start a lot of the songs and then I bring it to them to help finish. So it's kind of a band, kind of not. I never know what the real answer is.
So it's kind of more of it started out more as you kind of doing all the shots type of thing, taking all the shots. And then as you got used to all these people helping you out with the music at first for just I guess playing at shows and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then eventually turned into, hey, maybe I could use some of your intuition or your ideas for upcoming songs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All the lyrics are me. And just occasionally the instrumental is not necessarily me. I feel like that's the answer there.
When did that start becoming a thing?
That started on the last EP we put out before this album. I had really bad writer's block and I was like, oh my God, I can't write anything. This sucks so bad. And then we were on tour and we were in an Airbnb in LA and I wrote a song in started a song in one of the bedrooms and I was like, oh God, I'm not gonna be able to finish this. I can't figure out what to do. And then I was like, wait, my band is literally in the next room. I can just ask them for help. And they all came in and we wrote this song about being in a band. And I was like, let's do a whole EP that we all write together as a band. And it's about being in a band. And then for this record, I wrote a lot of the songs on my own, but then took everything to them to finish it and then write a couple more.
So is it more of are you more of the writer for this type of thing, or is it more of you go with the music you're kind of looking for more with them? What do you leave up to them is what I'm asking.
Oh my God, that's a good question. For most of the songs, I write them on the guitar and I write the lyrics, or I make a demo in Logic. And then I would take it to them and be like, can you add a guitar part to this? Or can you add bass or whatever? Sometimes Michael will help me write a chorus and do producer stuff. And then for this album, there was a couple songs where I was like, okay, guys, I just have lyrics in my notes app. You guys let's jam and see what happens. So songs like New Distraction and Gears, that's all them doing the instrumental and everything, which was fun.
Yeah, because you did release the kind of vlogs you guys did for the new album, and I saw you're playing bass for it. So you do a bit of the musical stuff, but is it that you're more switching over to focusing on vocals?
Honestly, I don't think so. I think it just depends on whatever happens naturally. I usually write songs on the guitar, or I make a lot of demos in Logic using the synthesizer on there. I really like making things with the arpeggiator. But I guess I tried to focus a little more on lyrics and singing this time, but that's just kind of because it happened that way. Nothing on purpose.
One thing I do want to say though is that the EP you were talking about earlier, Our Bodies Paint Traffic Lines, that EP is so good. I love that EP a lot.
Thank you.
Like, so the song, for those who do not know, that she's talking about, the one where it's like about the band, I'm guessing is Band Like That, right?
Yeah.
Which was the first single she put out for this EP. It is very good. You should listen to it. And especially the second single for that EP, which is Easy, which is probably my favorite song by you. I love that song a lot.
Thank you so much.
I know the big one is Car Crash in G Major, which was like one of your first singles you put out all the way back in like 2020.
Yeah, long ago.
And do you like have people still like asking about that song at all in like any different way? Like maybe when you're at shows, or did you end up playing it at the show?
Actually did not play it at the Ottawa show.
Yeah, I was kind of like, I was shocked you didn't end up playing that.
I've low-key been like phasing it out.
Is it like your version of Creep type of thing?
Kind of in a way. Like I think the problem with it is every time I am like, we should put it in the set, it doesn't like, there's like nowhere to put it that it makes sense for some reason. So for this tour that we're going to go on, I'm like, we know how to play it. So I'm just going to vibe it out, whether I think like the audience would want us to play it or not. But half of the time, like people don't even know who I am. So it doesn't matter if I play.
I mean, I guess, but I mean, give yourself some credit. You're like performing all over the US soon. So I'd say that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll get messages though. Like usually people will message me and be like, I love that song. So yeah, but I wouldn't say that even though it's like popular on streaming services, it doesn't necessarily like carry over to what people talk to me about in real life.
Yeah, I can guess that. I mean, especially when you're more of an indie artist, you know, people more like, one thing I definitely noticed at the show was that you know, there wasn't a lot of phones throughout the show, which I mean, even at like, I mean, at indie shows, you aren't going to get people like you see at like those big festivals where it's like, I got to record this song while I'm here type of thing. But I mean, that was one song I was waiting like the show. I thought you were going to play Car Crash in G Major. It was most of like a thing because like in the studio for CKDJ, which is where we are filming, where I do film these at, is right outside the CKDJ 1079 radio room. But one thing that when I first became music director for the station is that like Car Crash in G Major seemed like it was always on. Like whenever we were in the studio, it was always on.
That's so funny.
And so when we like first started to like make the transition to kind of put more newer music in, that was one of the songs we ended up taking out, which is great because we're gonna get more music from you thanks to the new album you sent me over. And it was just kind of one of those like songs that people kind of, you know, it played again. It's kind of that Creep thing where it's like it gets played so much, it's like, oh my god,
this song again. Yeah. I mean, I still love that song. No like hate to it. I'm just excited to play new songs. And for this show, I was like, okay, most of the people that are coming have like already seen us play in Ottawa and probably have already seen us play Car Crash. So I was like, let's just say F it and not do it.
Yeah, one thing I did notice, especially when I was looking at the tour dates, is this is the one show that you decide to kind of make your own like new lineup for it, because you do have like set openers for like a lot of the tour dates, or all of the tour dates except for the Ottawa one. But for this one, you guys picked out, it was Backseat Dragon and band from Toronto. I can't remember now. Cootie Catcher, yeah. I like them a lot. They kind of have an interesting sound. Like it sounds a lot like your music, but kind of like they add something with the like piano and stuff like that.
They're so good. They have such a cool like twee vibe. I don't know if they would like want me to say that, but they remind me a lot of like the band Horse Girl or like some like Velvet Underground B-sides, like, but then you add like cool crazy synth stuff.
Yeah,
like I don't know, they're super awesome. I want them to like blow up. I want everyone to know about them.
So how is the way that you decided to get these bands? Like, what was the way that led you to decide that these were the bands you wanted to help you out for this show?
Well, I mean, I love Backseat Dragon. Like, they're great. friends of ours, and Michael just produced their EP that came out earlier.
Oh, he produced it for them.
Yeah, it came out earlier this year. And so yeah, I mean, I just love them. And then I was thinking about I was like, oh, I don't want it to just be like
Only Ottawa bands.
only Ottawa bands, or like the same bill that people have seen like 1,000 times.
What, have you gotten Backseat Dragon like multiple times for your shows?
I don't think I've had Backseat Dragon before, but I've had other bands that those people play in, like Emerson Hall or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I was like, well, I think I'll bring Cootie Catcher so that like more people in Ottawa can find out about them. And we've randomly played with them. Like the other band I play in has played a bunch of shows with them this summer. Like we've been on like random festivals together, but like not actually like played like back to back.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, okay, I want to actually like play a show with them where I can like actually see them and not just like hear them in the other room.
So were you like, have you gotten to know them since those times you were playing with them, or is it more of like a first introduction type thing that you're like, hey, you know, like I really like your stuff and I wanted you to come open for me for the album release that I'm doing?
We have like a lot of mutual friends.
Oh, okay.
So like we kind of knew each other. So it wasn't like weird of me to hit them up. They're like, because they were like, we know each other. Yeah.
And one thing I didn't end up doing, but I do when I start these episodes, is do a bit of like an icebreaker type thing for those listening. So we were supposed to have two of you, so this would have been made a little bit more sense, but it's just kind of your name and I guess the instrument you play in the band, which I guess for you would be your favorite instrument to play on stage. And for first question, I kind of wanted to ask, like at the album release show, you said that you kind of wanted people to come like dress up because it was getting close to Halloween. What was your favorite costume you saw at the album release show?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, first of all, I'm Hannah. And I play guitar and I sing in fanclubwallet. And my favorite costume were my friend Zoe dressed as Jack White and Meg White, like with her boyfriend, and I thought that was really good. I'd never seen anyone do that before.
That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
So is it based on like kind of like the album with Seven Nation Army?
I think so. Yeah. I was like, wait, this is actually genius.
All right, so I wanted to also transition a bit back to the I mentioned earlier the vlogs you guys were doing inside the cabin when you guys were. So was that where you guys like spent a lot of the time making the album? Was in the cabin, or was that kind of more of a portion of it?
Yeah, so that was a portion of it. I had like half an album written, and I was trying, and I had, starting over this sentence. I had two halves of two different albums written, like one about like Crohn's and being isolated, and one that's just about like romance or whatever. And I was trying to figure out which one I was gonna make. I had like 6 songs for each. So I was like, okay, let's rent an Airbnb for like a week and just try to write songs, and whatever comes out, we'll go with that kind of album. So we went to this random cottage in like the middle of nowhere, Quebec, and banged out like 4 songs that went with the theme of the album that's out now. And I was like, okay, we'll make this album. So we wrote those, we demoed them, and then later in like March, we went to Port William Sound where we recorded the last 2 albums, this one and the first one. And that's where we like finished everything up there.
Is this the first time that you kind of decided to use the cabin method? Because I know that's a popular way that people like to kind of go about making their music, which it's a pretty good idea. It's pretty much just kind of like isolationism type of thing. So you can kind of solely focus on that, kind of bounce off ideas. Because I know like I guess an example is like Blink-182, for example. I can't remember which album it was. I don't know if it was Untitled or if it was Take Off Your Pants and Jacket.
Wasn't it that one?
Yeah, I think it was
Untitled. I just listened to that entire album on the way to play Pop Montreal. I like re-listened to it with Michael. I was like, wait, this is so good. Like I know that they're good, but I hadn't really taken it in. This is awesome. But we had done that once before. We did that for the band EP.
Actually, I think it might have been Enema of the State. I think it might have been.
Really?
Yes, I think it might have. I kind of want to check now. I'm not gonna lie.
You can check. I thought they like went to a house, but I don't know.
I think it was like a doc thing they did. I know they kind of like recorded a lot of it. They just kind of got some random house and like trashed it.
Okay, yeah, I know there's like a documentary of sorts.
Oh yeah, it was Untitled.
Okay, yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, that would be so cool though, just getting like one of those like Hollywood, like San Diego, like kind of in the hills type of houses and just like trashing it.
I know, it's actually crazy.
I think they got in trouble a little bit for that because like the family was kind of just like they need to go back into their house and they were just like
no,
just trashed her. No. What the fuck happened in here?
I know Anna Minaguchi rented the American Football House and recorded and wrote their album that they just put out there.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Which I thought was pretty cool. And it's their like first album that they're kind of doing like an emo thing on and like singing. It's less like chiptune.
That's probably a good route to go by. Go to American Football. Like that's the one that's the album pictures. Yeah.
Yeah. And well, because Polyvinyl bought it and it's like a historical site now and you can like I think it's also like you can rent it now. Anyways, it's insane.
I think just off of that, one thing someone should do is, you know, like the house that's in the album cover for Collide with the Sky, like Pierce the Veil's album.
Okay, yeah.
Because I think that is a real house. Like I've seen like a reel where it was like that exact house. So someone should get, or at least like a house that looks pretty much, because I don't know if that's just like some model house or whatever, if there's like an exact house they used for that. But they should definitely like some hardcore band should just go there and just like do that. That'd be awesome.
Maybe I'll do it. That would be crazy.
Just make a hardcore band and that's the first thing you do is the first album you make is just go into that house.
That's so funny. Yeah, it works really well though, for sure. I mean, it's really hard to get like, if you're not like going away somewhere, it's hard to commit to writing for like a week straight. Because otherwise you're like, well, I could just go home. Oh, I guess I could pick up that shift. I guess I could do this thing. You make a lot of like excuses if you're just at the studio at home.
But if you have like a set time that you have to be at some place,
you
kind of have to figure out a way to use your time. So you're just kind of like, well, might as well work on this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And there was like bad internet there too. So it worked well.
So just going off of that, I kind of wanted to kind of like focus on like the writing aspect of things, and basically because you just did this whole like idea of going to this like place and kind of isolating yourself, and I kind of want to use that to kind of like go back to the start again and just kind of ask like, what was it like compared to now, like starting out in terms of writing music? Like, have you learned anything different? Like, has it developed at all the way you like to kind of write your music?
I think it has definitely developed a little bit, just in the sense that I work a little longer on lyrics. I used to just kind of do whatever the first thing that like popped into my head was. I've always done this though, where I write down lyric ideas in my notes app just based on like stuff that happens to me during the day, or like if a thought pops into my head, I'll like write it down in my notes app. And then when we go to make the music, I'm like looking in my notes app to see if any of these like lyrics fit over whatever music stuff is happening. But yeah, I used to never like rewrite something, and now sometimes I'll only take like one line from like a whole song that I wrote, and then I'll like write a whole new song around the line.
So one thing I also want to ask is a bit more kind of about the like music itself, like the style of music you make, because like I don't know how you'd like to like describe that genre, because like indie, like it's like
it could mean anything.
Yeah, it could mean anything. It's kind of hard to like dictate what indie music is, but I guess like you're more like, is it like pop rock or like, I don't even know.
I I feel like I don't even know either. Like maybe if it was like 2008, it would be pop rock.
Yeah.
They'd play it on the radio. But I was just thinking about this. Like, I feel like I have tried to reject the idea of being indie pop because I don't feel that like a lot of other indie pop music. I love, pop music and indie pop, but I feel like a lot of it doesn't necessarily sound like what we sound like.
Well, yeah, because one artist I did, because I was in Toronto for like, I think Toronto was the MCR concert. But one time we were like walking like by someplace and there was like a bunch of people lined up like in front of this venue. And it was like this guy named Miko. So I guess shout out to him. He's like some like indie like pop artist from, or not hip hop, but like, yeah, pop artist from Toronto. And I've started listening to him now. He's actually pretty good. And I was like, who the heck is this guy? And it's like, after I've listened to his music, it's like, that's kind of what I'd say like indie pop is. Like if you listen to mainstream pop and then listen to the type of pop like he makes, for instance, that's kind of like how I would envision indie pop should sound like.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of pop elements in our songs. Like I really love a catchy chorus and like upbeat, fun, glittery music. But then at the same time, like you have songs like Guts, which is like not indie pop at all. It's like, I don't even know, like it sounds like Silver Spun pickups or something, or like, I don't know, it sounds not like that.
Like I guess even going back also to Car Crash in G Major, I wouldn't really
like
consider that
indie folk even?
Yeah, like
I don't even know.
that's not even pop. So I guess, but you guys aren't folk.
No, I think we've gone farther from that.
Yeah,
if anything,
as it's gone on, like especially with like
that, I was just
like
trying
Cottonmouth is a good example of like it's not really folk. I feel like that's kind of, well, considering it's like it was the first single you guys put out, I think it's a good example of kind of what represents this album. And you kind of have to look at that song. So now I'm looking at Cottonmouth and trying to think like.
I honestly, I just go indie rock. That's broad. It could mean a lot of things. I think if you try to get like more zoned in, it just gets complicated and confusing. Like someone told me we were slacker rock. I've gotten post-punk. I've gotten shoegaze. I've gotten shoegaze.
Shoegaze, that's probably more just because of like the reverb and stuff you guys put in the music.
It's usually like people see us live and they'll be like, I love shoegaze. And I'm like,
that's not shoegaze.
I'm like, I don't think we're shoegaze, but I kind of see how you would get that with like Eric doing his like swelling. Like, but not really.
Kind of curious what Spotify put you in.
They put us on
indie pop.
A lot of indie pop.
Yeah, it's a lot of pop.
Bedroom pop, indie pop.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's definitely some kind of pop, but I just don't know what. I
Maybe
guess
it's a new genre now.
It's a new genre. I know there's like there's definitely a lot of artists that kind of have that sort of sound that you guys have. Like I know that's kind of like its own genre, but I don't know what to call it because it's not necessarily pop rock.
Yeah, exactly. I have no idea.
So, but indie pop rock is just because indie shouldn't be called a genre because saying something's indie is just, again, indie just is independent. So
yeah,
like there's definitely mainstream bands that will give off the vibe of indie.
Yeah,
but it's not indie. So
yeah, exactly. I don't know, no major label, like. Yeah, it's so complicated. I mean, it's really hard to pigeonhole most bands these days. I feel like a lot of bands I listen to, I'm like, I don't know what I have no idea what this is. Like, is everybody doing art rock now or like experimental pop? Or I don't know. It's cool though.
Well, I think that's one of those things that I was thinking about actually is like kind of like in the next like 50 years or something, like. Because what makes music, like, the reason music gets, like, super popular is if it's unique. If it's different. So that's why, you know, like, when, like, going back to even the Beatles, when they first did their thing, right? Like, they were kind of, like, rock music. and that was like the first time it was really a thing.
Yeah.
And then you went to like hair metal, and then there was like grunge, which was just kind of like a deeper, grittier version of hair metal. At least I consider it. Especially when you look at Alice in Chains, how they went to like a hair metal band over to their other thing.
Well, like hardcore country is like a big thing.
Hardcore country?
Right now. But like, you know, like MJ Lenderman or Wednesday, like they make like almost country music, but then a lot of the time mix it with like really heavy, sludgy, like guitars and like walls of noise. Like there's a song on the new Wednesday album that's like she's just like screaming the whole time.
That's cool. I know like they're really kind of, again, it's about that being unique type of thing. People are trying to kind of shove something that's kind of like two different things together and seeing if it works.
Yeah, and I think it's cool. Like
I will say it doesn't really work with pop music. Like country and pop just doesn't sound that good.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I'm not a big pop country person, but I like what's going on with like, I guess, indie country right now. It's cool.
All right, and I think what we're going to move on to now is kind of what we've been talking about or walking around a little bit in this interview so far, is the album itself, which for those who don't know, Living While Dying is the name of the album. You guys should definitely go listen to it. I've listened to about half of it now so far, and it's a very good album. When I was at the show, I didn't end up buying it. I bought the EP that we talked about earlier that I really liked a lot. And how long do you guys think are gonna have the bundle up? And because on the merch site,
probably a while.
Do you think you guys are gonna sell them out of them?
No.
Have you guys like sold out before of stuff?
No, but that's because we sold out of the Hurt Is Boring tapes.
Oh yeah, I was talking to your mom like during the show like earlier.
Yeah. She has like the last one. She's like,
oh dang.
She's like, I'm keeping this, and I was like, yeah, because I'm never gonna remake them. So
because I was talking to her and I was like kind of wondering a bit about like we were just kind of chatting. I was like, you know, like Car Crash and G Major, was that ever like on like a collection of music, or is that just kind of like a single? Because like I couldn't find in the discography where it was. And then she was like, so I just went all the way back and just kind of looked through them. It's like, oh, here's the album. Yeah. I asked, did you guys even release it on anything physical? And she was like, oh, we just did tapes.
Yeah, we did tapes. I'd always wanted to make tapes. I used to go on, there's this website, duplication.ca, like a Canadian website, and they sell like cassettes in different colors and all these kind of cool things. And I used to make like mixtapes for my friends in high school. So I would always dream about like being able to order a bunch of like glittery green tapes or something for my mixtape. So when I actually put out music, I was like, wait, I can put them on tape. I can buy something on duplication.ca. So I was really excited about that.
That's cool though. I mean, I always thought tapes were really cool. I don't really have I have like 2 cassettes from stuff that I've bought or I guess low-key kind of like stolen from the station.
Yeah.
Because one of the artists I've interviewed, he put in like a cassette he had for one of his albums like into the station. And we don't really like do anything with the physical music anymore. Like I don't know when was the last time the station ever like put physical music on anything. I've
gotten like CDs that college radio stations have donated to like Value Village.
Okay.
I got like this band from Ottawa from the 90s called Paperjack. That is like one of my favorite Ottawa bands of all time. I found out about them because I found their CD at the first store.
That's pretty cool.
Like an old radio throwaway. And I was like, whoa, this is so good. It sounds like Built to Spill and like Modest Mouse. And it wasn't online like anywhere. And I had to like go to the credits like in the CD and like look the guys up on Facebook and be like, was this you? This album's really good. Like a stalker.
So how did you know that it was like good? Did you like buy it?
I literally just found it and I was like, this looks cool and it's from Ottawa and it's from the 90s, so I'm gonna buy it and pop it in the car and like see what it sounds like. Low risk, high reward scenario. Like
I guess you know what, like short little segment, we'll do like a shout out, like a few older Ottawa artists we like, if you remember any other ones
Yeah.
that don't exist anymore.
I mean, Potential Red, one of my favorite bands of all time. I think it's just on Bandcamp now. Like the best post-punk music from Ottawa ever. So good. Like Paper Jack, amazing, kind of grungy 90s stuff. Oh my god. Oh, the Monetimes, great indie rock. Just like classic, straightforward, amazing indie rock band. Like there's got to be more that I'm forgetting to shout out, but I mean Michael's old band, Nighttime in Kansas. Yeah, shout out Nighttime in Kansas.
Is that a joke I don't know, or like?
No, it's just funny. Like, yeah, they haven't been in that band for a long time, but they were great. So shout out them. It's just funny to shout out your new band's old band.
I know for me personally, I'm more of like a 2000s and 2010s type of person, so I like music from then. One of the bands I interviewed a bit earlier, this wasn't their band, but this was their like older band. Like some of the members from this band, shout out to Majors, their old band, which is the Fully Down, which they only ended up putting out like 2 albums, and it's kind of like this like pop punk type of stuff.
Cool.
It's similar to what Majors puts out, but like not really. Like you should give it a listen. It's pretty good. Actually, no, they put out 1 album. I think it was only 1 album. It was in 2006. And then there's another band I like listening to. This was like when I was kind of searching the Ottawa scene, like back in semester 1, like last year, because this is like I kind of recently, only the last few years, kind of started actually getting into like music a lot, and I thought I was gonna come here for just sports, but then I was like listening to like Ottawa, like I started getting into indie music, and what I thought was indie music was kind of like 50K monthly streams type of thing, you know what I mean? But then I like saw CK for the first time, and it's like all the like local Ottawa music, and it's like small town stuff. And the first show I ever went to was a Backseat Dragon show. It was the album release show.
Yeah, that's great.
And I don't know why I just went on a tangent, but yeah, anyway, the band I'm talking about is actually Castlefield, which I know they're not too old. They're like I think they stopped in like 20 like close to 2017 or something.
Yeah, like 2017. Yeah, my bassist was in that band.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's actually so cool.
Yeah, Castlefield. That's so funny. Yeah, I remember when that came out. I listened to it on the Greyhound to Ottawa.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, they're in the music video.
Oh, like the members, or like?
Yeah.
In which
like
music video?
There's only one Castlefield music video.
Oh, like. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you'll know it when you look it up. It's like a classic Ottawa moment.
That's I haven't really been watching a lot of music videos recently, so you might get me to watch more music videos.
Yeah, you should. Honestly, the Ottawa any music videos from Ottawa, it's like so fun to watch them. You're like, I know where that is. So like, wait, I know that guy, and it's like, wait, she's in this. You know what I mean? There's a lot more crossover in Ottawa than you would think.
Well, yeah, definitely. There's so many like artists in Ottawa. It's kind of crazy, and that's kind of also one of the reasons I got into doing this, is because I realized how many there are. I have like a full like spreadsheet of like all the bands I come across from Ottawa. It's probably at least 300.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like,
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if like at least like a solid like 5 or 6 of them are members of Backseat Dragon, because they have so many freaking projects.
I know. I mean, same with us. Like, Michael was in Nighttime in Kansas, and then now that's broken off into Neurotypes, Chemical Club, Pre-Love.
They're in Neurotypes.
And then I'm in Neurotypes.
Oh, you're in Neurotypes? You're
Yeah.
a part of that?
Yeah, I play bass in Neurotypes.
Oh, that's cool. I like Neurotypes a lot as well.
Yeah, I love being in Neurotypes. I love playing the bass. It's my favorite instrument to play.
Oh, okay. So why don't you play it in a fan club?
I just don't. I don't know why. It's kind of nice though to have something that I don't have to do all the time. You know, like I can just play it for fun and I don't have to be like stressed about it.
Like in terms of playing an instrument while you're on stage?
Yeah, like I think I'd be really stressed out if I was trying to play some of the bass lines, bass lines while I was singing. I couldn't do it.
I mean, I noticed like during the live performance, like there was at least like maybe half the songs like you weren't playing the guitar.
Yeah, that's kind of new. And I also noticed that when we were playing, I was like, oh, I don't really play on a lot of these songs. It's kind of awkward.
Well, I guess that's, you got to use your hands for all the hand signals you were doing then.
Yeah, that's just me. Like, I'm just.
You got to
like,
keep your hands occupied.
Yeah, I like have to do something. And I used to make like really embarrassing music videos to pop songs as a kid in the like jump cut era of music videos. So like you would have to like come up with like a hand motion or dance for like every line, and it's just like seeped its way into how I act on stage.
That was one thing, actually, just continue with the music videos. Like I was kind of thinking about also is kind of like, you know, those like 2000s kind of music videos where they're just kind of like really bad quality, you know what I mean? Like especially those kind of like dad's rock kind of stuff. Like even like I guess the popular like Creed music video for like I can't remember what that song's called.
Yeah.
But it's like where he's falling from the mountain
like
and stuff like that.
320p.
Yeah, also like the Linkin Park music video. I can't remember which song it is, but it's definitely from a song from Hybrid Theory.
Okay.
But it's like that one where they're in the like, no, that one's good. It was kind of like, I don't know, whenever like bands started using CGI and stuff like that. I feel like some like bands should like do some more like just kind of parodies of that in a way where it's kind of like they know it looks garbage, but it's like it's kind of the whole like point of it is to not look great.
Yeah.
I think also like I think there was a Simple Plan song, I think it was, where it's like they're on top of the house and stuff.
Okay.
I can't remember what song it is. It's one of their popular ones. Now I have to check again.
Yeah, I love that like low quality video vibe.
I think it would be fun to do that sort of thing, because I know like making like cool music videos is always fun, you know, like making a music video is like fun. Like what is your opinion on like music videos in general for like how you like to make them or how you guys do them?
I love music videos. It's like a big part of making the music for me. I mean, like I said, I used to make music videos, pop songs as like a kid, and then it turned into me making music videos for my friends who were in bands when I was in high school. And then it's turned into me making my own music videos. And now like half of my music videos I make myself, and half of them I'll get like a friend to do, because I'll be like, okay, I can't like possibly film this like and be in it. But I like lie in my bed and I close my eyes and I listen to the song and I come up with like the whole idea in my head, like shot for shot, and then I write it down on my phone, and that's like how I do all of them.
Did you go to like film school or anything like that?
No, I'm just like a master of none.
Did you end up going to post-secondary for anything?
I went to Concordia for like 2 years, 1.5 years. I don't know. For studio art.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't like it, so I dropped.
Well, I mean, you know, was it like a longer program or something like that?
No, I mean, it was like a 4-year program.
I'd say that's long, like 4 years. Like, well, actually, no, I guess 4 years is usually the regular length. And then, like 2-year programs are the short ones.
I was going for the BFA.
What does that mean?
Bachelor of Fine Arts.
Oh, Bachelor of Fine Arts. Okay.
But I had I went into that program not really knowing what kind of art I wanted to make, and then by the time I like got there, I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and I was doing a lot of stuff that I like deemed unnecessary. I took a film class, but we didn't like make anything. It was like you had to watch like experimental video art and then do like an essay on it. I didn't like.
Was that university?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. There's a lot of essay writing, which is not my forte. So,
What was that? Essay writing?
like essay.
Oh, essay writing. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like being in radio, we don't have tests or essays or stuff like that.
Yeah. I started working at a venue when I was in university, and I was skipping school all the time to go work at the venue.
I mean, yeah, if the thing you're like, especially for school, like something you're paying for, like I know like when high school's completely different. I don't know why I'm like like high school, like it's different because your parents are paying for it, so it's like whatever. But I mean, like in post-secondary, like I think it mostly depends because there's like we've had a few people drop out of our program after the first year, and our program is only 2 years, and honestly it's just kind of like if you're done with the first year, I feel like, and it's only a 2-year program, like you should have an idea of if you want to stay or leave by the end of like the first semester, I would say.
Yeah, I agree. I was like, I'm gonna tough this out, but I did not. So, but I'm glad I didn't, because then I moved back here and started doing this. So, go me.
Was like doing music always something you kind of wanted to take a try at?
No, not at all. I made like lo-fi, electronic, sad music in high school, like really bad stuff. I made it in like GarageBand on my phone using like a headphone microphone to record like Casio keyboards that I got at the thrift store. And I like didn't want to sing, so I asked for a microKORG for Christmas because it has a vocoder on it. And I was like, okay, I'll get that, and then I'll be like Black Moth Super Rambo, and you'll just hear like only vocoder vocals. And then I like couldn't figure out how to use the vocoder, so I never did that. And then I was like really embarrassed and like didn't like to show the music to anybody. And then I got to university, and my friend Etta was like, I also don't know how to make music. Like, we should not know how to make music together. And then we were like, we need a drummer. We should ask our friend Kat. And she was like, yeah, I don't know how to play the drums, but I'll learn. And so we all like kind of sucked together. And that's when I actually started writing music in like my first year of university. But before that, I was like not even a thought. Really, I was just like, oh, I'll be a cartoonist.
And is that still something you're kind of looking at as something you want to do, or is it kind of transition into kind of more of a different art form?
I still draw all the time. I still make comics, and I do like a lot of show posters, and I love drawing. So yeah, I mean, if someday someone was like, I'll pay you money for this, I'd be like, okay, yeah, sounds cool. But it's kind of nice not being like, I have to be a career artist, and being able to like do music instead, because now I can enjoy making cartoons more.
Yeah.
It's also harder to be a career cartoonist than it is to be a musician, I think.
I've asked one band about like kind of how Spotify streams are like. Also, I guess like an early question before I asking it, like what's your opinion on Spotify?
It's so like I'm not very like happy with them right now, obviously. I mean, like, streaming as a whole is just so complicated, and like I wish I could just go back to like CDs. Well, I have like a giant CD collection.
Oh yeah.
And I love my CDs. I am kind of trying to go like no subscription service mode. Like, I collect VHS movies and DVDs too.
Oh, that's cool.
Or like if I am streaming something, it's on Plex, which is all like downloaded movies from like a server. So I don't know. We need like musicians' rights, and musicians need to be like paid fairly, and it's not good. I used to think like, oh, Spotify's good for like artist discovery.
That's
But
kind of the only thing it really has for itself
yeah, but its algorithms have gotten like a lot worse.
in terms of like indie stuff.
Well, they like the radio is bad now. They used to really like recommend you stuff that you'd never heard before, but now you get recommended like the same thing over and over and over again. Or
That's one thing I noticed a lot is like I'll like have like a, this is like some genre and it'll be stuff I already have in my playlist. So
yeah, it used to be a lot better. Like I was listening to a band the other day that makes like post-punk music, and then once the radio came on, it like just went back to being like indie, sort of like not at all the same. And I was like, what? I was like, this is not the right radio for this artist, like at all. This doesn't make any sense. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It hurts my like brain to think about, but let's just all like pop CDs back into our CD players and like switch out the radio in your car for like an older one that can play tapes or something.
Well, honestly, like it's more fun anyway to just kind of have like the physical forms of music and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I mean, then you own your music. It's great to be able to like actually own the art. So good.
No, I'm just making sure. No, it's all good.
Okay, yeah, it's good to be able to own things, own the media that you love, and with it you get to own bonus like stuff that you probably didn't know about. Like in our CD, the one you bought, it comes with there's a little booklet in it that has like comics and like fun facts about the
it
band.
does? I haven't actually looked in the booklet
Yeah,
yet.
I gotta open that thing up. Like I kind of went all out on that one, but like it, yeah, you probably will get like an extra cool piece of art from like a band that you love if you buy physical that you wouldn't necessarily get online.
That's one thing too, especially is kind of like, because like streaming is good just more for like accessibility.
Yeah,
That's pretty much kind of the big thing, and that's kind of why everyone uses it, is because it's like it's just on your phone type of thing.
yeah,
You don't have to worry about carrying a bunch of CDs with you. That is one thing though. Once I do get a car, it has to have a CD player, or else I don't want it.
yeah. I mean, if you don't want to carry your CDs around, you can just
Well, you got the glove box.
you can
just
burn.
pull
You
it
can also
down.
just like put them.
Yeah,
on your
you can do that as
computer.
well.
You can
You do have
digitize your
to
physicals.
try and keep up with that though, because my
Yeah.
dad has had the same music going on like the CD or like
Oh,
the
yeah.
SD card he puts in there for like the past like at least like near 10 years.
That's so funny. Yeah, that's so real. I mean, I'm not good. I don't do that. I just listen to the CDs. But
Yeah.
I know Michael like digitizes things and puts them on their iPod. So, or not. I don't even think it's an iPod. It's just like an MP3 player.
All right, so transition a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about. I did say we were going to talk a bit about Lying While Dying, but we didn't. We just kind of went
Oh,
to
yeah.
the music videos. And I wanted to talk a little bit just kind of about each song, like specifically, just kind of go through them, just kind of talk about them a little bit, maybe what like they're more about, just kind of to get a feeling of the whole album, just kind of like describe it, what it's supposed to be about, like kind of the creative process behind it and whatnot. And so I guess like we'll start with the first three singles. So Cottonmouth, New Distraction, and Know You Anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, Cottonmouth, I wrote a long time ago. It was when I had that terrible bout of writer's block. It was actually one of the first songs I wrote after like getting over that. And that was just sitting on our computer for like a super long time. And then that was just about feeling like everybody has these like big expectations of you, but you can't live up to them, and you like just you don't know what to do with yourself. And then New Distraction is about like boredom and isolation and feeling like when people ask you like how are you, you have to just be like I'm great. I'm good. How are you? But really, you're like, I'm so bored and like I want to die. And then, know you anymore. I was thinking about how like I never know how to like fully word this correctly, and it's really relatively grim. But like I was thinking about how when you're like chronically ill, people like who are not chronically ill assume that they will never have any like kind of chronic illness, but it can happen to you. You can like just wake up disabled one day. And I was thinking about like dying a lot. And how like everyone has kind of their own idea of like how they would want to die. So that's what the chorus is like, show me how you want to die, how you want to get left behind. So it's kind of just the idea that like no one is immune to death in the end. And like I'm not weird for thinking about it because I know you've thought about it too.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's definitely something everyone kind of thinks about a little bit. So I'm getting the vibes a lot of like kind of just like self or just kind of like inner thoughts type of thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of my like neurotic mind on this album.
Like, was there like a specific kind of like is there a specific type of like feeling to this album or a specific like topic in mind?
Yeah, I mean, I wrote it all when I was really sick from Crohn's disease, so I had to take like 2 years off of touring or doing anything. So the whole album is about like being chronically ill, but I think that I tried to write it in a way that could be relatable in like different ways. So I mean, like it's about chronic illness, but it's also just about like anxiety and isolation and boredom and like feeling like there's a big roadblock in your life that you like can't get past.
So just to make sure this isn't just because you guys like trapped yourself in a cabin for like a week or something.
No.
And just going after those three, then it is Am I Being Greedy, Head On, and Do Over.
Okay, yeah. Am I Being Greedy? I wrote I'm just thinking about it. I wrote it because I was feeling like I maybe wanted more support from people, from like certain people, and then I realized that shouldn't I just be focusing on like the people that are already like obviously giving me support? I don't know if that makes sense, but like the idea of being like, why doesn't everybody like me? But you've already got like 2 really great friends right in front of you, and it's important to like focus on your friendships and like your family that care about you, and you don't have to like care what everybody in the world thinks of you.
That's a good one. I might have to. I think that's one of the ones I haven't actually listened to yet. So I'm gonna have to listen to.
It's pretty short, so that's an.
Oh, it's a shorter song.
That's an easy listen. Yeah.
All right, I'll make sure to listen. Well, I'm probably gonna listen to all of these after the interview is over. But
what was the next one?
The next one is Head On.
Oh yeah. Okay, I actually remember where I was when I wrote this. I was walking down Bronson, and it was in the middle of the winter. And that one is about like staying in, and you're like, I should have gone out to that thing, even if you knew you made the right choice. You're like, no, I gotta stay in and work on myself. So I guess it's kind of about FOMO.
And the next one is Do Over.
That one is like the saddest song on the album to me. And maybe the most like explicitly about chronic illness in like a really more obvious way. It was just me like wondering what my life would be like if I wasn't chronically ill and I could like do it all over illness free. But yeah, that's what that one's about.
And is this album, or are most of these songs that you come out with, are they like more like, are they usually like personal types of songs when it comes to like the writing, or is it more kind of on like just like a general subject that you kind of like have an interest in wanting to write about?
I think pretty much every song I've written has been pretty personal. Maybe the band EP less so, because that was more of like a
Just
cartoonish,
everyone type of thing, or
like kind of band. I was just like, it's all gonna be.
well, yeah,
about-
one thing, yeah, okay, that's actually true, because like one thing I definitely noticed is like band like that is definitely a lot more upbeat compared to like
yeah,
a lot of the songs. And I was also gonna say that as well about like comparing like stuff around like the time of like Car Crash in G Major compared to like the new album.
mhm.
The new album, I'd say, like, even though we've been talking about the subject matter and it isn't exactly nice, I'd say like even like just comparing like Car Crash in G Major to like Cottonmouth again, it's just like there's such a difference in like kind of the energy in both songs.
I think I maybe have more confidence. Yeah, I'm gonna chalk that up to like a confidence problem. When I made Car Crash in G Major, I had like never really made a song before, and I was probably like singing like this close to the mic, right? Like and like really quietly, and I wanted to make like lo-fi music.
Oh, okay.
And but now like on this album, I'm like actually like kind of singing for the first time, so I think it's like yeah, that was just a confidence problem.
That's something I was thinking about a bit, because like especially someone who like, you know, interviews a bunch of artists and stuff like that and always asks about how they started and how like this and that, and it's always about kind of like what it would be like if like, you know, I started making music or something like that, like how would that go, type of thing. And I definitely have a lot of stage fright,
Yeah,
so I'm kind of curious how that would go.
yeah, I had a lot of stage fright at the beginning, like, and I still get it too. When we played Peak in the summer, I was in the like back room and I was like, guys, I can't go out, I'm gonna like throw up, which is crazy. We've played like way bigger rooms before opening for, like we went on tour with churches and we played like to like 3,000 people every night, but just playing that like small room in Ottawa, for some reason I was like, I'm actually gonna throw up and maybe die, like I can't go out there. But then it was fine, so I think the stage fright like melts away once you actually start.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
definitely.
just the lead up. You're like, oh my god, everybody's gonna look at me and like, am I stupid, like doesn't yeah, I get really like anxious.
I think it's one of those things too, even just with me, like sometimes when I'm doing like interviews with like some like artists who I would like, even like, because I'm doing like indie artists, you know what I mean? Not saying like they aren't like they, okay, how am I trying to say this? Like I'm trying to say like, so yeah, like in terms of me, when it comes to like fright, sometimes I get even like behind, or like when I'm about to do an interview, I'll be like making sure I have my questions, and it's like sometimes I'll like just like thinking about like the interview coming up, and like it doesn't matter like how big the artist is or whatnot, and I'll just kind of be like, oh shit,
Yeah,
this, and I'll be like still making my questions, and it'll be like a couple of minutes before the interview starts, I'm still trying to like make some better questions or something like that, or come up with something else.
well, you're basically like attempting to make a new friend, which
pretty
is,
much that's literally every single interview.
it's like a really weird first date, like it's
Yeah.
really awkward, and it's like it's weird meeting new people. You're like, like, do I F with you? Is this gonna be like chill? Like,
That's one thing too, especially is honestly, I'd say that's one thing that I've really benefited from doing this podcast and stuff like that, is that especially one thing in high school for me personally is I wasn't super social or anything like that. And it was kind of as soon as I got into, I think it was more of like a change of scenery type of thing.
yeah,
Like when I got to college and it was like a bunch of new people, and I realized, okay, I got to do something, you know what I mean? I got to talk to people and whatnot.
yeah,
And it was even like, but you know, I was doing okay with that, but it was like the podcast, it's like you're making yourself having to, like, you schedule some of the people, you have to talk to these people.
yeah.
And it does
especially-
help also that the Ottawa music scene is like so chill.
Yeah, everybody's like super chill and nice, which is awesome. But yeah, I definitely still get anxious and like go home and I'm like, oh my god,
That go well?
was that good? Am I like weird? Am I gonna like regret that? Yeah.
Yeah, that's 100% some of the interviews. I'll just like be done with them, and it's like, oh god,
Like,
that was
why did I say
horrible.
that? Yeah.
And I guess continuing with the songs, there's 11. Again, well, I didn't mention this, but there's 11 total songs on the album, and after that, there's well, no, because we just did Do Over. Okay, so after that, there is 5 more songs left. So it's Do You Hate Me, which I will be talking about the music videos later, but that's one of the 3 songs you have done music videos for, which, okay, I'm not going to ask this question now because I need to finish with the
we gotta
songs.
finish this, yeah.
But yeah, it's Do You Hate Me, Gears, and I love the Hell I Know.
Yeah. So I feel like Do You Hate Me is really self-explanatory. Neurotic ramblings.
Yeah.
Like a crazy person. But that's just that idea, like, I don't know. You ever like, I had isolated myself for so long that I started to worry that like everybody hated me, which is not true. But you know, I don't know if that's ever happened to you, but you're like, wait, am I like annoying? And then, but then you like see your friend and they're like, I love you, and you're like, okay, wait, I was just being like insane for no reason.
Well, it's even just those thoughts also of like, are they lying type of thing? Like, are they just kind of saying it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like I'm just like outing myself as like a crazy overthinker person right now. I definitely,
A lot of people are overthinkers, so it's not like some crazy thing.
I like to be
kinda-
like chill and cool and like
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. Like I'm so chill and cool, but like, I actually am like so anxious all the time. But what's the other one?
It's after that it's Gears.
Right, Gears. I just kind of like on my Beck steez with that. It kind of, I like that song. I think it sounds like a Beck song. We wrote that one in the cabin, and they wrote the instrumental for that. And that one was kind of just, I think that just like came out of me, low key. I don't think I really wrote that one in my notes app beforehand. But yeah, that one is also about not wanting to leave the house. I was just thinking about like when you get invited out and you say yes, but you actually really don't want to be there.
And after that it is I Love the Hell I Know.
Yeah, that one and like Guts. So I Love the Hell I Know is like the intro track to Guts, basically.
Oh, okay.
And when I wrote Guts, that's actually how I knew we were gonna make this album. Was I wrote it while Michael was in like another session or working or something at the studio, so I made that one in Logic on my computer. And when I brought it to them originally, they were like, I don't get this. And I was like, wait, no, you will get this. And I made them listen to like this Katie Day song and then also like a Perfume Genius song. And I was like, it's this vibe. And they were like, wait, you're right. It is that vibe. And it then quickly became like one of our favorite songs. They tried all this like crazy experimental stuff on it. Like I really only had like 15 seconds of the song. And I was like, no, this song is gonna be epic. And they did all this like insane stuff to it in the session, and it was so cool. But I wrote that one right after I learned that I had to have surgery to like remove part of my intestines, which I'd never had surgery for like Crohn's before. And I was just like freaking out. I was like, if they take out the like Crohn's part, like, am I going to be different? I just had this like weird idea that it would somehow like fundamentally change who I am, which it did not, and I still have Crohn's disease, so like whatever. But yeah, that one's just me being like, what the heck, they're gonna open me up.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to like kind of play off that. I've never had a surgery before. I think like the I mean, I guess I've technically had a surgery, but it's like definitely not anywhere close
Yeah,
to that. I mean, I got my wisdom teeth removed and it hurt
You're not
for a
gonna be the
week.
same
I'm
after they
just,
take
it's
those
awful.
things out.
I lost 4 of my teeth. I
No.
can't. But I mean, so wait, was that talking about guts or was that talking about like both of them together? Or-
Together.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, I Love the Hell I Know is kind of like a non-track. It's literally just like
it's a
instrumental.
what's the word? It's a oh, what's that called? Where it's like a transition thing, like what's that called?
It's a skit.
No, it's a skip song.
I did skits on this one.
Going to Untitled now. Or the one I'm wearing. Because there's one of those.
Oh, I
in
know
there.
what you're talking about.
What's that called again? It's called Interlude.
Interlude. Oh my
Yeah.
god, yeah. Why couldn't I think of that either? Yeah, it's an interlude.
And the last song we have to talk about is I guess one that definitely kind of summarizes the what the person in this album needs is me time.
Yeah. That one really wraps it up. I'm like, okay, I'm done talking about this. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. Now I'm gonna disappear. So
I'm gonna go have some me time now.
yeah, but the song really is just like the idea of prioritizing yourself sometimes and trying to, I don't know, take care of yourself. Me time can be for anybody.
And also I want to kind of ask also is like for the one thing I also wanted to kind of ask was kind of going back to the cabin is like how many of these songs were actually written in the cabin? Because I know you said you like did like 4 or 5 of them, I think.
We did Gears, New Distraction, Me Time in there, and we wrote like 2 or 3 more than that there that didn't make it on the album and maybe would come out later as a B-side, maybe.
Oh, okay.
But it's like a
It can be your first deluxe album. You can make it deluxe.
I'm like, maybe I kind of like B-sides. I think they're fun, but yeah, there's a couple songs that we wrote there that didn't make it, but those 3 did, and they're my like 3 favorites pretty much. So go cabin time.
How long were you guys in the cabin again?
We were not there that long, like
A couple of days?
5 days.
Okay, so about like a work week.
Yeah, so we wrote like 1 song a day basically.
Okay, that's pretty good progress.
Yeah, I told my dad that, and he was like, that's more than most industry professionals get done at their jobs in a week.
That's true. Like, it's been how many years and MCR still hasn't put out MCR 5?
Yeah, you know, where's the next Sky Ferreira album? I'm waiting for that.
And after that, we just talked about the album, and now it's your job to go listen to all those songs, by the way. But just going off that, if you do want to see them in person, I think it's time we talk a bit about the tour itself that is for this album.
Yes.
Which I kind of have to look at this because I didn't write all of them down.
Yeah, there's a lot.
But there is a lot of dates for this.
We're going everywhere except New York. Like
pretty much.
Literally. I gotten so many messages being like, why aren't you coming to New York? And I'm like, I just am stupid and I'm not. But like,
Did you guys try and schedule for New York?
it's not like up to me.
Who is it up to then?
Because we're touring with another band, and then
Oh, are you like opening for another band?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
we're touring with 2 different bands and we're opening for them, and then
And you're kind of using this as like a
that's
album release.
yeah.
Okay.
I was kind of not sure if we would do touring, but then our friends in Toledo were like, we want you to come on tour on the like 2 days after your album comes out, basically. I was like, oh
Sweet. That's
yeah,
perfect.
that's literally perfect. So that sounds awesome.
Yeah, so in terms of dates, well, there's no more. Well, there is one more in Canada, which is much later. There's 2 actually. There's
Yeah,
Toronto and then Montreal at the end of November, the 29th and the 30th. And yeah, so unless you want to fly down to like Pittsburgh for the nearest time to see them. I mean, you can. I mean, honestly, flying to Pittsburgh to go see a band you really want to see would be kind of fun if you haven't been to Pittsburgh already. Have you had like so wait, actually, first thing, have you like, how many times have you done like tours to like the US, I guess, because a different country. Have you guys been to any other country other than the US and Canada?
No, we've only done the US and Canada. But it's my goal to get out to like Europe and UK.
That would be cool. I think you can definitely get some shows in the UK. I think you might be able to.
I would love to. Well, we're working on it. I'll say that.
Because one thing I have noticed is recently I've been looking into like more UK like indie artists.
They're really big on music over there.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm saying like, if you want to go to a different country and kind of reach different areas, I feel like also that's one thing I was just thinking about before this interview is I feel like indie artists, even just Ottawa, should just kind of make like, one of the first interviews I did was like shout out to Holly Akers, and we were kind of, one thing they mentioned is just it's kind of just about, even if you're not playing always in that one area, just kind of making sure to every once in a while pop over there and just kind of reintroduce yourself to the scene there.
Yeah.
Like, we exist, you know, listen to our stuff type thing.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I want to get over there. I want to play in Japan too.
Japan?
Really bad. We have randomly like a good amount of fans in Japan.
Oh, really?
Shout out to Japan.
I think I can check that.
I gotta go there. It's not like,
or no, you can't do it on your phone. You have to do it on the computer.
Yeah, but we get like a lot of merch orders from there. And anytime I like look up my name on Twitter, it's like all people from Japan, which is like so cool.
That is cool.
But yeah, we've played in the States a few times. We played with Police in 2021. Then we went on tour we played South by Southwest and did a small tour with Thomas Heaton. And then we played with Churches. We did the Churches tour, and then we did Penelope Scott and Yacht Club, and then we did Dream Ivory. So that's 5 times that we've toured, gone on tour in the States.
That is pretty cool. What is the biggest, like, what would you say is like do you ever go, like, have you guys ever done like a tour more just as you guys as the headliners?
No, we've never done a headliner tour. We did like some headliner shows around Ontario.
Well, yeah, I guess I can guess that.
But it's really hard to do headliner shows, and honestly, I'm not really sure I would want to do a headlining tour. It's like a lot of pressure, and it's really like touring is really hard right now for anybody. Like even doing this one is going to be like really rough, just because it's so expensive.
Yeah.
So unless you are like convinced you're gonna sell out every venue, at least as a Canadian artist, it's like way too expensive.
Yeah, I wasn't really thinking about that too. Yeah, definitely the cost of it is definitely some. Are you guys a part of any record label? I know you have your own record label. I know that.
Yeah.
Is that the record label you put yourself under?
So for this record, we're with Lauren Records, who's like this really cool like smaller record label. We've been friends with Aaron, who runs it for like a long time now. And I like am really excited to be on this label because like a lot of my favorite artists of all time have been on this label. And yeah, they're like super duper awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, is that record label, is that more of like an international record label, or?
Yeah, like he's in the US.
Okay, yeah, no, he's in the US, yeah. Because I don't know, I've been like looking around at the different record labels that are like in Ottawa and like some like just all over like Ontario type of thing.
Yeah, there's lots of cool Canadian and like Ontario record labels. Paperback is cool. Royal Mountain, I think, also cool. There's also like smaller ones that I'm not thinking of right now, but there's definitely a lot.
And one thing I want to transition a bit over to is back to what we were talking about earlier, which is the music videos. And there's one thing I wanted to ask more about that was relating to kind of the 3 singles and also the music videos, because for the 2, like the first 2 singles you did a music video for them. You did one for Cottonmouth and you did one for New Distraction. but you didn't end up doing one for Know You Anymore, and you ended up doing it for the other song, Do You Hate Me?
Yeah. I literally just didn't have time to make one for Know You Anymore. We were doing like a mini little Ontario run for Neurotype, so I was playing a lot of shows, but then we also had these like 3 fanclubwallet shows that we had to do. We did Pop Montreal and 2 shows with Anna Managuchi. And so I was like practicing for 2 different bands and like going back and forth from like Toronto to Montreal to Ottawa, and I literally just ran out of time. But I still kind of want to make a music video for that song. I have like a whole idea, so like I think it could still happen.
Well, I was just kind of wondering that more because like I would think that like because usually when you have like the first 3 singles for the album that you're about to release, I would think that, well, at least as someone like I'm not a musician, so like I'm not someone who's released music, but I would say as someone who is like a fan of the music, that I would think that like more or less the top songs would be the ones that you kind of would want to put a bunch of effort in, make sure there's like, especially because these are the singles, these are the first 3 songs people are seeing before they hear the whole album. So I was surprised that you didn't end up doing a music video for the 3rd single and you did for the first 2.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, it was literally just I ran out of time. But for Do You Hate Me, that one was the focus track. So like when you put out an album, you pick one more song from it to like pitch to streaming services, and just to like for people to, I guess, like literally focus on. So it's kind of like a 4th single with the album. So that's what it is for that one.
Okay. So, but why wouldn't you pick that one as the 3rd single?
I just literally liked that order better of songs. I was like, we'll do this one and then the radio vibe one and then this like slightly weirder one. Yeah, honestly, no like intense plan there, no mastermindery.
Well, honestly, I think that people should go give those music videos a listen, though, because I did end up. Well, I know I haven't listened to or watched all 3. I watched Cottonmouth. I thought that one was pretty cool and kind of like. I mean, like, you guys do more of like kind of the, I guess we'll call it the Backseat Dragon style of music video, where it's just kind of like some area and it's like people. I don't know where I'm trying to go with this, but
it's like kind of silly.
Yeah, it's like some silly like little thing is going on.
Yeah, I actually did the last I did a music actually I did the last 2 Backseat Dragon music videos.
Hot Dog Summer, I think they did a music video for that song. I think.
Yeah, I did Sports Betting.
Sports Betting was I think that's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, where they're
like, on the baseball field.
Yeah, I filmed that one.
That's cool. I liked I guess another shout out to Backseat Dragon. We've kind of mentioned them a few times at them.
Dragon.
That is a good album. I'm surprised they didn't actually sell any at the show. I bought one.
I think they had some CDs.
I think no, they might have sold like I think 3 because there might have been 4 there, and then when I was there was 2 left.
Okay, yeah.
Well, granted, I think probably a few people bought it at their album release show, I would think.
Oh yeah, for sure. Their album release show was awesome. So.
Oh, were you there?
Yeah, somewhere.
Somewhere.
I was there.
I interviewed them at that show. That was like the first on location interview I did.
That's awesome.
I took them into like that
the
jail area back there.
Yeah, that's classic. That's so funny.
But yeah, that's all the questions I have for you, Hannah. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Well, thank you so much for listening and or watching to this episode of Music on the Underground. Again, I just said it, but thank you so much, Hannah, for coming into the studio and talking with me about the new album. And for all you listening and or watching, make sure to go give it a listen. Go watch the music videos. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to go follow them on all their socials and give them a listen, because honestly, They're a very good local Ottawa band, and I definitely recommend them. They're tied, like we've talked about a bit, they're tied to a few other bands, and we've talked about that you should also go listen to. But yeah, mainly go listen to the new album that Fan Club Wallet came out with. But yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks so much.